And it has been nearly 24 hours since anyone has seen 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham. Take a good look at your screen right now. She was last seen wearing a black hoodie with white lettering and black pants on Lakeside Drive in Livingston. She also had a camo backpack. If you have seen Audrii or know where she is, please call the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Drunk Turkey Show. I'm Daniel. Alongside with me for the first time this week is Big Blue. How you doing, my man? I know everybody's missed you.
Doing good, man. It's been a busy week. Sorry, guys. I missed Monday's show, man. It was a long day for me. You know, I say Sunday. I say I went to a barbecue at 3:00. I woke up at 1, and I was up till, let's say, 6:00 the next day, 6:15. And I set a 20-minute timer, and I said, all right, I'm going to jump on the show with Daniel here in about 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And I woke up at 9:00, like, dang, show's already over. I had some, I had to work, saw the Super Bowl, and I had a training class that morning, 8 to 5. So I was up for more than 24 hours. I couldn't stay up longer, guys.
Understood, man. I mean, you do a lot. We appreciate you being here. Today, though, we're going to be talking about a missing person, a little girl that went missing yesterday. Her name is Audrii Cunningham. She had gone to school, or apparently she went on the bus. According to her parents, she went to the bus stop, and she didn't come home from school. Come to find out, she never got on the bus, and she's been missing ever since. Police have spoken about a persons of interest. We're going to go into who that person possibly is. They haven't publicly announced who it is, but there's been some sightings of police and detectives with a certain individual, and we'll be bringing up who that is. But this is the little girl that's gone missing yesterday, 11-year-old, beautiful little girl. And if you've seen anything, if you hear anything or think you've seen this little girl somewhere, please reach out as soon as possible. So the last known sighting, Audrii was seen around 7 a.m. Thursday in the 100 block of Lakeside Drive in Livingston. As per the Amber Alert, disturbingly, details surrounding the circumstances of her disappearance have yet to be disclosed, hiding concerns for her well-being and safety. So it mentions disturbing and details. Do you think they got something? Do you think they found something, Blue?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not normal words they would put in there. They would put just missing child. They would put the Amber Alert out, and then if it was a car they saw, they would put the car. But that's pretty alarming to me that they put those words in there.
Yeah, it is to me as well. No information on suspect. The issued Amber Alert unfortunately lacks any information regarding a possible suspect, adding complexity to the search efforts. As authorities intensify their investigation, the community remains on high alert, vigilant for any clues and leads that could aid in Audrii's swift recovery. Here's another couple photos of this little girl. This is her mother. This is Cassie Matthews. And now, from what I understand, she, at the time or currently, I don't think she has custody of Audrii, based on some text messages that have been released, and we're going to go through those text messages as well. I don't think that she has custody right now. I think she was in custody of her father. This is her father, Joshua Cunningham. All right, so let's go into this real quick. We'll read this, and then we'll go into who the suspect may be. This is area around Lake Livingston Dam, location of interest and search for Audrii Cunningham, girl at center of Amber Alert. Several persons of interest are being investigated in the disappearance of 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham. Several persons. That's at least 3.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, so According to the officials with the Texas Department of Public Safety, during a news conference Friday afternoon, DPS officials said that Lake Livingston Dam is a location of interest and will be secured from the public as investigators patrol the area. The public is being asked to stay away from the area. Deputies will be protecting the location overnight as investigators leave the scene Friday night and will be back Saturday. Additional resources will be provided during Saturday's search for Audrii. All agencies, including FBI, Texas Rangers, have joined the Livingston Police Department in the search for Audrii, who was last seen at her home in the 100 block of Lakeside Drive in Livingston on February 15th at 7 a.m. All right, and that's supposedly where she was last seen. I think that's where the bus stop is as well. But this is where, the 100 block of Livingston is. All right. And this is where they're searching. It's about 2.5 miles away. What does that tell you, Blue?
That's I just want to say it's I wonder if they're searching the water, maybe potential drowning, or maybe they're searching for a body.
It don't look like they're searching in the water. Let's go back to this image here. Let's see. I don't think that could be the water. Yeah, it could be the water on the other side of that, but it doesn't appear to be the water.
Yeah, Livingston's a good fishing lake, man. I've always wanted to go check it out.
Yeah, I know, me too. I've heard of the lake. And I've heard that it's, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of boaters. I think there's a specific time, well, let's bring this up. So she went missing yesterday at 7 a.m. This is where they're searching. The location of the dam is several miles away from where Audrii was last seen. Audrii reportedly was wearing a black hoodie with a white lettering, Hello Kitty backpack, black pants, and a black high-top tennis shoes. She has blue eyes, blonde hair, and is about 4'1". Deputy said Audrii was supposed to have caught the school bus, but did not. She also did not report to school. At 5:30 p.m., her parents alerted Polk County Sheriff's Office and DPS of an Amber Alert was issued. So they weren't aware. Apparently, the school did notify or send out some sort of notification to the parents regarding her not being there. Hold on, I think I saw something in the comments section.
Yeah, and that's pretty standard anywhere, man. Like if I keep my kids home from school, half the time I get a call mid-afternoon, and I'll get one after school, like after 4 or 5. They'll call and say, "This is whatever district they're in. Your child did not attend school today. If you have the note, turn it into the note. If you're not aware of this, now you're aware." You know what I mean? Kind of message.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's pretty standard. You're not wrong. All right, so let's this is from earlier. This is the update from the DPS.
Some investigative updates at this point right now. My name is Lieutenant Craig Cummings, CRAIG CUMMINGS, spokesperson for the Texas Department of Public Safety, and here speaking on behalf of the Polk County Sheriff at his request. Today I'm joined by Polk County Sheriff Byron Lyons, Polk County District Attorney Shelley Sitton, San Jacinto County Sheriff Greg Capers, and then Polk County Precinct 2 Constable Bill Cunningham. The location that we're at right now is a location of interest. In a little while, you're going to see investigators leaving this scene. We will be back tomorrow. We will have deputies here to protect this location and the investigative efforts that have been uncovered up to this point. We are asking the public to stay away from this area. And then tomorrow, we're going to have additional resources that will be on hand to help find Audrii. And I want to reiterate that we are committed to bringing Audrii home. That's the reason why you see the collaborative effort here right now, all these law enforcement agencies, to include the FBI, that have been assisting with this. And we're asking the public to report any tips that they think will help us bring Audrii home to the Polk County Sheriff's Office or through our iWatch Texas app.
So the fact that he's saying that they want to bring her home, does that tell you that whatever information that they got, that information isn't that she is no longer with us?
And that's what it sounds like. It sounds like more They think she got maybe picked up or abducted. That's why I think the Amber Alert's out. If it was something else, I don't think they do Amber Alerts
Yeah.
for that. I don't think I saw on the alert if it was for a certain type of car.
I didn't see anything. That's the thing. They didn't put anything on there. I actually got the Amber Alert. I didn't even get the Amber Alert until today.
Yeah, I got it.
I got it around 2:00. Just for y'all's information, we are from Texas. We're not that far away from where this is at. So, and we'll get to who dropped her off at the bus stop and all that other stuff and who the person of interest is. And we have their criminal record, pictures of them, the whole 9 yards. Just stick with us on this.
That can be done anonymously from your phone. So with that, I'll open it up for questions. We're protecting the investigative efforts. So this is a ongoing investigation, and so the investigators are doing an exceptionally good job at gathering information, and so that's what we're going to be protecting as they continue their work. Yeah, we don't want to go any farther than the investigative tools that we're using right now, and then investigative leads that they've uncovered. This is a very fluid and active investigation with the sole focus of bringing Audrii home. We're not releasing that information now. Investigators are working on multiple ways that they are looking at that type of information. But right now, we're not releasing it. Is there any evidence that you found that key that says that you're in the right spot? This is a location of interest. And so that's the reason why we've got the effort. That's why we have the dogs here. That's the reason why the boats have been here. All of this in an effort to find Audrii. And our prayers are certainly tonight and then tomorrow morning. And we ask for the public as well that Audrii is brought home safe. Yes, we have persons of interest in this case, and we have been at other locations.
They have a person of interest, and they've been to other locations. So that tells me that whoever they're talking to, that they probably didn't give them this detail here, right? Like, I took them to this part of the lake or whatever. They probably got a warrant, got his locations, and saw that he was around this area. You know what I'm saying? Probably around 3 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thing about them being able to do the cell tracing.
Mm-hmm.
And if they know somebody that's directly involved, they can get a warrant and try to find her. I mean, even if it might just be a body, but that would suck.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. And the fact that there's multiple places as well, unless whoever the person of interest came in and said, yeah, I was at this location, then I went to that location and this location, which, to be in these specific areas, or at least in this one, I would think that more than likely it was probably picked up with some kind of cell service.
Yeah.
This is a location of interest where we're putting our investigative efforts right now. That would be a question for the FBI. Okay, and that is a typical thing that will happen. All the available resources that we can bring out here to help this, the FBI has a tremendous asset that they bring to the table, and we're very appreciative of all of their efforts. So this is just one more tool that investigators are using to find Audrii. I know that term implies that. We're not drawing any conclusions right now. We still have a lot of information that we are going through. And so there's a lot of leads the investigators are following now. We're not releasing that information. Well, we don't know, but I can say that the DA is here, the sheriffs are here, because this is a collaborative effort. The DA brings a very particular set of skills that's essential for us as investigators to get the job done. So we're appreciative of her being here, working with us so that we can make sure that all of the I's are dotted and T's are crossed in this investigation.
Do you think that the reason the DA is there is because she probably has a list of the county sex offenders, and they probably hit their houses first?
Oh yeah.
Check. Yeah. That's probably why she's there.
Yeah, that's investigation 101 when you have a situation like this. A missing person expected to be at school, didn't arrive at school, never got home, never went home. Can't find her. First thing you're going to do is you're going to obviously look at the vicinity of the area where she was last seen and where she was supposed to have gone. But if you can't find her and it's obviously gone into a situation where she's missing, the first thing you're going to do is pull up a list of registered sex offenders in the area. 100%.
It's just due to the dark. So it's dark. We're not going to put boats in the water, but this also gives us an opportunity to regroup and then look at the information that we've got throughout the night and then come back out tomorrow.
See, you said it was too dark to put the boats in the water. I mean,
yeah, that might be a water edge behind them then.
Yeah.
Where that tree, with those trees, they might be along the water edge.
Right. Yeah. We're just not going any farther than that right now. And so we are asking the public to stay away from the area. But that's as far as we can go there. Yeah, there are law enforcement drones that have been here. We are bringing in divers as well. Again, this is all an effort to uncover additional leads that will help bring Audrii home. Yeah, no, that's great. We don't want to give away any areas, but if people would review their cameras, if they find something suspicious that they think would warrant the help of investigators or a review by our investigators, by all means, please call the Polk County Sheriff's Office. And if it's an emergency, call 911 so that we can evaluate that information. That's a great question. Yeah, well, unfortunately, right now, there just isn't more information that we can give. Like I explained in the press conference earlier, we're trying to protect the integrity of this investigation. And that's the reason why, and I can understand the public's concern that we're not giving out a lot of information. But the end here is to find Audrii and bring her home. And so that's what we're focused on right now. And so there's additional information out there. We're just not releasing it. That's what the investigators are using to follow up on. That's additional information that we're not releasing right now. But again, we continue with investigative leads and following these things. I know that there are a lot of questions that remain unanswered. We are absolutely searching to get this information so that we can get it to you and get it to the public. But our first priority has to be this investigation right now. That's the reason why we're here. And that's the reason why we'll be back here early tomorrow morning in hopes that we find Audrii soon. We haven't decided on a time. It's probably going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of daybreak. So
Is the family still being cooperative, like you said a few hours ago?
Yes. Yeah, families being cooperative, and we certainly appreciate them, and we appreciate the community as well. Everyone has been exceptionally helpful in the efforts out here, so we appreciate that. With that, we're going to close it down. You'll see.
All right, so let me pull up another one real quick that I had. It has a map on there that'll kind of help us out a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you aware if a notification was ever sent to a parent that Audrii never made it to school yesterday?
That would be a question for the school district.
Did the school notify parents 11-year-old Audrii Cunningham did not make it to school? This is the question we're asking law enforcement tonight.
Livingston ISD said yes, they did send out a notification when Cunningham did not make it to school. KPRC2's Rowan Belogan is live in San Jacinto County, where investigators just wrapped up a news conference. Rowan.
Keith, Candace, investigators telling us that they are calling it for the night with plans to return tomorrow morning and continue their search back in this location. This location, they spent hours here today that they've called a location of interest. Now, we are also, but without really going into further detail why this location is so important for them. Investigators say the 11-year-old never made it to school yesterday. The district, Livingston ISD, telling us they did send a notification to Audrii Cunningham's guardian. They say it's a standard absence notification used across the state. For when a student doesn't come to school, a message is sent to family. Again, they didn't go into who got it or when that message was sent. Now, we are working to get more information on it for you all. However, the district did share with us a message they sent to families encouraging them to check their cameras. Take a look at this map. If you live along the scenic loop, FM 3126, 2457, and 350, make sure to check your cameras around the road itself. Officers, law enforcement today confirming they want people to check it, specifically for the time after 3 a.m. yesterday morning.
3 a.m. yesterday morning. Just remember that. 3 a.m. yesterday morning, yesterday being Thursday, Thursday morning being when she was supposedly dropped off at the bus stop. If they're looking for footage from before then, that means that they maybe suspect something may have happened before she supposedly got dropped off. So I know you stepped out real quick, Blue. What he said was that they were looking for cameras all the way up until 3 in the morning specifically. And I think that tells me something. You know, supposedly someone, the roommate of the father, dropped off Audrey at the bus stop that morning. You know, if he dropped her off at the bus stop, why would you be looking for things at 3 in the morning?
Yeah.
Right.
No, it's pretty crazy. They must know some more information than what they're putting out, because it seems like it's turning more into a search party than a rescue.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you, unfortunately, on that one. Let's continue this though. Before, maybe you never know, man. I mean, we've seen and heard of some crazy situations where people have been found and returned. You know, hopefully that's the case here.
Now take a closer look again at this map. Police say your cameras can help. Investigators say they're going to protect items used in today's search as they have plans to be back here in the morning.
We will be back tomorrow. We will have.
All right, we already covered that. All right, so let's bring up this again. So here's the roommate. This is the guy that is living with Joshua Cummings. This is a guy that has been living with Audrey's father. Audrey, from what I understand, is not Audrey. Audrey's father, Joshua, from what I understand, had custody, or if not custody, she was living with him. I don't know if there was something set in stone or any of those type of things.
Yeah.
But this is who he is. His name is Don Stephen McDougal. Like that tattoo right there, Big Blue.
Yeah.
Look at that. Ain't scared.
He does not seem like a friendly dude.
Nah. Somebody busted up his head. This is from September 29, 2023. So not too long ago, maybe 5 months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
Here's another picture of him right here on the left. I'm not sure who this person is. I don't think that's Joshua. That don't look like him. And if you search him on swingers clubs, apparently he's in Livingston, Texas, looking for a couple to become friends with.
They got more tattoos since, or you can see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And here's his rap sheet. Now, a lot of these are tickets and citations, you know, driving without a license, but he has an aggravated assault in 2000. DUI, minor in 01, evading arrest, reckless driving, evading arrest, resisting arrest, DWI felony, false report to peace officer, assault, family violence in 2000. Man, that's all of that's within a year. Failure to appear, public intoxication, driving while license suspended, possession of marijuana, over 2 ounces. So, yeah, that's quite a bit of marijuana to be possessing at one time. That's not typically. Now, you know what? It's under 2 ounces. I apologize. I looked at it the wrong way. That's just recreational use. Theft of firearms in 2002. Unlawful carrying. I'm assuming they found him with a vehicle with a gun and DWI second offense. So he was probably drinking and driving, got pulled over, found a weapon in his vehicle that didn't belong to him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's probably restrictions from owning a gun.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep. I mean, you go through here and you have arrest, public. I saw assault on a public servant, which is, assaulting a peace officer or police officer. Aggravated assault in 2019. Possession of CSPG, 1 gram, probably cocaine or methamphetamine. So that's one. Let's go to the next page.
Oh, there's more pages.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Just kind of like a lot of the same stuff. And in fact, I think this might be the same page, but there was 2 pages on there. But look, this is the crazy stuff here. Watch. Attempted indecency with a child enhanced enticing, 2008. He pleaded no guilty. He got a guilty plea or a nolo contendere. Attempted indecency with a child enhanced enticing. So what he was doing, he was probably text messaging or on some sort of app with a minor and attempting to lure them in.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yep.
It's crazy how, like, I noticed, like, a lot of the small towns by lakes, it's a lot of people that do meth and crack. I don't know why, but it's just weird. Like, the same thing happens around Canyon Lake.
Yeah. Well, Blue, now we can go over there. Thank you very much. I wanted to go fishing there. So these are some text messages that have been released, some Facebook messenger messages between Cassie Matthews, Audrey's mother, and Stephen McDougal, the roommate of the father, Joshua. So I'm going to go through some of these text messages, and you guys let me know what you guys think about this. What he's saying and things like that. So he says, ain't nothing wrong with me. I wasn't meaning it disrespectful, but it's something that you would want, and I can't talk about it on here. It's not something you can call me about. I did call. I just think the way you came about that was extremely inappropriate and was disrespectful to not only Justin, but me as well. And Justin is her current boyfriend. I went to her Facebook page and figured out who that guy was. She goes, what's up? I'm super effing livid right now, honestly, because I don't understand. And he goes, why are you livid? I never disrespected you. Your baby has been asking me about you. And I think this is the day before her disappearance. So this is Valentine's Day. Okay. And this is a conversation that he's having, Stephen McDougal, with Cassie Matthews, the mother of the missing Audrii Cunningham. So she goes, this all just came across weird and wrong, and Valentine's Day is not my favorite day. I lost my very first best friend on this day, and that just didn't sound right, and it looked bad, and I don't know. And then she goes, what do you mean asking you about me? What has she been asking? He goes, sweetie, I'm as straightforward as it comes. If I was just talking to you to try to F, I would have done tried. And she goes, touche, I give you that. Do you think there was, this argument that they're talking about now is probably some sort of flirtation in front of her?
Yeah, she probably thought it was coming on to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which is kind of weird also. I mean, this is the roommate of her, child's father. You know what I mean?
He did like swinging. And
that's true.
One of those things where they might have done it before.
Yeah. You actually might be right. And then he goes, oh yeah, they have made it look like you're just horrible. I told her that you're doing good and you are fun to hang with. And she goes, when did she ask this? And he goes, she asked me this yesterday going to school. And she goes, I'm surprised she thought about me. Now, who they're talking about is Audrey. This is Audrey that they're referring to, just in case you were wondering. She's scared to see me because of their reaction, huh? I mean, didn't you say they kept her inside for a month after I seen her that day at Justin's mom's? So she was at Justin's mom's. Justin is her current boyfriend. Why would her daughter be at her current boyfriend's mom's house?
To me, it sounds like that the mom lost custody.
Well, yeah, for sure. But why would her daughter be at her boyfriend's mom's house? Unless this guy is also like, somehow related to this guy. Did she leave? Did she leave the boyfriend? And I don't know. But this sounds like they all know each other at the very least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. To know that much detail.
Right. Well, I mean, just for her little girl that is staying with her baby dad, who has a roommate, and last time they kept her inside a month because she seen her that day at Justin's mom's. And she's talking about a reaction that they had. I don't know. It sounds like something pretty crazy happened. Something went down. She does this all the time. Yes, exactly. Yes, she is still not allowed outside by herself in the evening. They told her that you are in the woods. She is confused about the situation, but I told her that you are not hiding in the woods, but we talk. Do you think there's something to that? Like he's setting something up that, they're telling her that you're hiding in the woods. So maybe he can use that as an excuse later on, saying maybe she went into the woods to find her mom.
Maybe. This conversation is weird.
Oh, dude, it gets weirder to a certain extent, but it gets not so much weirder, but it gets concerning. All right, so she goes, what is wrong with him? Is he on drugs or that effing stress that his mental has him thinking I'm going to steal her in the night, or that I live in the effing woods behind his mom's house? That's some serious crazy shit. Like they are scaring her and brainwashing her with literally insane thoughts only a child would believe, so she doesn't want to know me like they make it out to be. Makes me wonder if Lucky has the beginning stages of his mom's mental problems and no shit talking, just concerned for him in general as a person. Or tell me, is that what the whole effing family just all throwed off in general, acting like a effing cult or some shit? Might not want to drink the Kool-Aid, man, if you know what I mean. He goes, not him. And she goes, not like I'm going to react upon this because I surely won't. I want what's best for my kid, and being everything they fuel her head with wouldn't be anything in my favor. Like I said, I told him I talked to you. I'm assuming that they're talking about baby dad, Joshua.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Right. She goes, it makes me sick to my stomach. They think that it's okay. She's as an innocent, fragile child mind, and them warping it with chaos is not right, man. He goes, don't, but I might take you out to the dock to fish and accidentally pull up with her to fish. Kind of insinuating that he's going to take her out there, bring her so that way she can, there can be
mom.
Yeah, exactly. And then she goes, the one by their house. And he goes, really, anywhere. She goes, that's asking for trouble and setting me up for failure. He goes, not at all. I do not in any way need to be set up to lose my child even more. So obviously she's gotten the child taken away from her for something. Lucky would lose it if he knew. And is this what she asked you to do? He goes, I'm your daughter's favorite person, and she would not tell. What does that sound like to you, man?
I don't know, man.
It kind of sounds like, and this is my opinion, speculation. I don't know this guy or anything like that. And it almost sounds like somebody grooming somebody.
Maybe, but it also could be. She could be
favorite person and keep secrets. I don't know, dude.
It could be the only person she confides in, man. in a house worth of.
But the sex
people.
the guy that has a history of,
He does have a history.
you know what I mean? I mean, there's more to that. You know, the guy that has a history, he's got a violent record, and now he's, her daughter's favorite person, and apparently they'll keep secrets about things. You know what I mean? All right. And she goes, or what y'all maybe talked about for her to see me. She wants to meet you. I told her I told you I am on your team. I will do what I can. I want to meet her too. But if this comes back on me bad in any way, I can lose her forever, and I would kill you then myself, man. No threat, but a promise. He goes, I would not. As long as no one says anything about it being set up, no one would even know. And she wouldn't say anything to them. There's a park down the road from my house. Would that be okay? Huh. And you and Justin would have to sit nearby and bullshit or pretend to do. You can listen if you need to, but for my protection as well, I couldn't be alone. I mean, Justin can walk around the park and we can talk to you. This whole thing scares me, and that's fine. Like, for real, for real. I don't know, man. And then he goes, why doesn't she? It's okay. We don't have to. No, I want to. Just please understand that I am as scared as she is. She is not the only one made to feel terrified about things like this, and is sad because she is my daughter, and I, her mother. We should be happy and excited to get to see each other, or at least not scared to do so. Don't you see anything wrong with that, man? Like, please understand. But yes, I want to see her. Yes, I want to talk to her and answer any questions she has truthfully, no matter how much it may hurt me. She deserves to know the truth on my end, and also how much I do love her, because at this point she's got to be questioning if I do or not. He goes, oh, I see the wrong with it, and I'm trying to fix what I see wrong. You're not a bad person, and she deserves the chance to know that. When would you want to do this? He goes, do you want to do it tomorrow? Which would have been the day that she went missing.
Do they think the mom's a person of interest?
I don't know, man. I mean, to a certain extent, it almost looks like they're setting up a situation where her mom can take her.
Yeah.
Or at least meet her, and talk to her. But, meeting in the woods, meeting in a park, they're searching this wooded area. I don't know. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it just kind of seems that way. She goes, look, it's one thing to have you say it, but before we meet tomorrow at that park, I need to hear her say it herself, either in video or on the phone, that this is what she wants, is to meet me and talk to me. She doesn't have to say nothing more or nothing less, please. You don't know what I've been through trying to have anything to do with her, or the harassment from his friends and such because of the lies they have been told. I need reassurance. He goes, okay, I will take her to school tomorrow. So he said he's taking her to school tomorrow. After school, correct? He goes, yes. What time would I need to be at the park so you can guarantee I will hear her say is what she wants to be there. She wants me to be there. He goes, yes, I will take her to school and have you on the phone. She goes, I will not force anything on her, seems. There's been enough of that already. Okay, when do you take her to school? At 7. She goes, okay, I'll be awake by 6:30 or 6:40. And then around midnight, just shortly after midnight, when she has to be up at 6:30, she's like, I do love her and pray this is no setup for more bad things to come to me. But all I want is to know my child. Good night. I hope I hear from her tomorrow. So that was around 12:30 just after midnight. And then at 6:31, she says, morning. He says, good morning. She goes, I hope to hear from her this morning, and please let her know that if she changed her mind, that is perfectly okay too. I understand. Don't want her feeling pressured. And he doesn't respond. So the only response up to that point is just good morning.
Yeah, man. I think. What if the little girl panicked and just ran away?
I mean, that's possible. But she'd been living with this guy. She'd known this guy.
Yeah.
This is a friend of her dad's that's been staying there.
Yeah.
So 3:19, she goes, so I know it's not going to be a thing today, but when she's ready, please let me know. Y'all have a good day, man. I guess because she never contacted him or anything like that. And he goes, yes, ma'am. Like nothing there, right? And that's at 4:00 almost. I mean, he never answered saying, she doesn't want to talk to you. She does want to talk to you. No, this or that. And then a couple of hours later, he goes, hey, have you seen Audrey? I dropped her off at the bus and she didn't get on and hasn't gotten home. And she goes, no, Steven, where the F is my kid? So, I mean, it is weird.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe he did drop her off at the bus, but he asked her about meeting mom and she didn't want to?
She probably had a sense of fear. Like she said in the beginning, it took a month for her to leave the house because she was scared. She was scared.
No. I don't think it took her a month. I think that they kept her in a month and they were telling her that her mom was hiding in the woods.
Yeah.
Right. So she never arrived home after, she supposedly he dropped her off at the bus. I dropped her off at the bus and she didn't get on and hasn't gotten home.
Yeah. I mean, I would have to, it's just hard. They would have to be looking for witnesses. If he dropped her off at the bus, it's got to be a bus stop. There got to be other children there. So they would be able to identify if she was dropped off or not.
Yeah.
Especially if she has like a little bus friend that, they talk to each other on the way to school. So that's one way we would find out if she did get dropped off.
Yeah. Well, what about the fact that they were asking for video up to 3 a.m? If he dropped her off at the bus stop around 7.
Maybe there's more to these text messages that we don't know about. Or the father's text messages. Who knows?
Yeah. So this is a response from Stephen McDougal. I definitely didn't hurt that baby. Anyone that knows me knows I didn't. And my whereabouts was right there knocking on doors, trying to find video footage. Yes, of course. I got took to the station and questioned all night. And I was let go because I didn't do anything but what I do on a regular basis. So he's come out saying that he didn't do anything. He was out there trying to help.
Yeah, and he would take her to the bus stop on a daily basis because that sounds like what the dad entrusted in him.
So he said that he went to the station. They had him there, and they talked to him all night. I don't know when these were taken, but I would assume if they found out about 7:00 at night that she was missing, it got dark around that time. Given how much light is there, I would assume this is today. And this is him right here to the right. These are detectives and a police officer speaking with McDougal. So I wonder if they found something else and they're going back for more questioning.
Yeah. I mean, what has come out from the dad, or what kind of reports have come out from dad or dad's side?
For dad, I think I don't know, man. I haven't heard anything from dad, to be honest with you. I think he went to work, is what he's saying. But this was at 2:25, so this was today. This was today or this afternoon.
Yeah, he's not in cuffs. He's just talking to the cops. Huh? There might be some other people and persons of interest. I mean, What if he did do what he said, like he dropped her off, and she didn't get on the bus? And what if she walked away? She might have. Because children at that age, man, they go through a lot of, you know, like I want to say a lot of mental issues, even though they're young. And if they have her that scared, or she's that scared of meeting her mom, maybe she just panicked.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
possible. I mean, this is the
Maybe.
area. This is a chopper view while they were searching for the specific area, and so you can kind of see how wooded it is in this area, how dense that is.
Somebody put that.
That's working in Alaska. Well, that's crazy.
I don't know. I have to look.
I need to look that up. I don't know how true that is. Let's see, Joshua Cunningham, Audrii. Yeah, because I hadn't heard anything about where the father was.
Yeah. And I wonder if she had a cell phone, maybe. I don't know. My kid at that age already had a cell phone, especially if they rode the bus back and forth.
Yeah.
I'd definitely make sure they had a phone so I can track them.
Right. So here's the dam.
It's a big lake, man. It ain't a small lake.
No, it ain't.
A lot of swampy areas, but it's rural.
Yeah, it sure is, man. If somebody gets lost, let's just say she walked off, it'd be concerning. So you see where they're at right there. Here's that line that they were looking at. This is where they were setting up that conference.
Yeah.
From this, I'll be able to tell on Google Maps where exactly they were searching for. I hadn't seen this. I saw it, obviously, and I put it on here, but I didn't actually watch it. So I'll be able to, I can tell where this is.
See, that's the lake entrance right there, man.
Yeah, right there.
They're looking.
That is true. What's this?
Like the tape?
It could be,
tape?
Yeah, it could be tape. I think that's what it is. Crime scene tape. They're on that side of the crime scene tape, so yeah, that would make sense. That there might be something there. 3 a.m. If this guy's got a boat, he can get out here, get on the boat, dump something, dump the body if that's unfortunately what happened. Hopefully, we pray that it's not. But if something like that happened, that guy can be back and on the phone at 7 o'clock talking to her mother, pretending to be on the way to the bus stop.
Yeah, that is true.
But yeah, they're at another one right there too. Well, that's a mobile command. It's I just said it's a lot of times, but it is it's blocked off right there. You can see the tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that looks like there's a lot of ways or areas you can drive back there, and given how close it is to the water, and I don't know when the last time it rained there. It's been raining here off and on. There could be some tire tracks around there, but that's another way to get into the lake.
Yeah, looks like it's a trail. A trail and some walking trail.
We might end up going out there if this goes on for a few days where they can't find her, and there's other places that they're looking for. This isn't that far from us. We're out in San Antonio, Texas. This is maybe a couple hours away. Oh man, they cleared that area down. Look at that. There has to be something concrete for them to do something like that. They cut down those trees.
That's a lot of clearing, man.
That is a lot of clearing. I think there's something blue right there in the middle. You see that? It looks like a bag. I assume they would see that.
Yeah.
I would assume that, given how clear it is, and from this angle, you can see what looks like a duffel bag in the middle of the dang screen there, that they would see that as well.
I don't know. I didn't see anyone carrying a lot of chainsaws. It looks like it's been cleared before.
No, they cleared out some of the area. They were talking about that on one of the press conferences, that they got some excavation equipment to clear out certain areas that they were looking for, locations of interest. So, yeah, they definitely cleared this out.
Yeah. They need to get a cedar eater. Those things are nice, man. Just brush like that and it's gone in seconds, just with all the...
Yeah. Yeah, that was somebody else that was found. But yeah, man, this thing it's all cut down. For those that are listening on the audio side only, we're looking at helicopter footage of the area where law enforcement find a place of interest. Micro Kimmy comes in with a Smith. I don't understand that word. I want to say it says already. I already happened to her when he was messaging mom. I think she's saying something may have happened to her as he was messaging mom. It's quite possible. There's a lot of trash in this area. Something already. All right. So I think something already happened to her when he was messaging mom. Yeah, it may have been. I mean, he was saying some weird things like, I'm your daughter's favorite person. She won't tell anyone. And then she goes missing. You know what I mean? She's not going to tell no one. Then she goes missing.
Yeah. We don't know if that's true, but if they did, man, it's pretty sad. But like I said, either maybe did something or maybe she ran off. You know what I mean? And
that's been a rumor that they found a backpack and stuff. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the police videos I saw today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, they're really, really going down on this one spot. What is that? Oh, that's for the drone.
Yeah.
So it knows where to return to.
I mean, if they're looking through the brush, maybe if she's lost, they need to do thermal.
Yeah.
Walking through that brush is thick, and you can't see 20 feet in front of you.
If she is passed, right, and she passed yesterday, would she still be visible from a heat sensory, or would her temperature be too low at that point?
That'd be too low at that point. Yeah.
That's what I thought too.
You lose what, like 2 degrees per hour?
Yeah.
I think that's what the rule is, 2 degrees per hour.
Yeah.
And then if you got covered her with dirt, you wouldn't see her.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, man. It's just super sad.
Yeah, man, it's sad. I mean, at first I didn't understand the story because I hadn't read it. I thought at first she lived with mom and mom let her walk to the school bus. But yeah, no, this is different.
Like freaking rafts.
Yeah, they're like little fishing rafts. Or some people actually live out there, man, in the water, in little huts.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think somebody may live in there, dude.
Yeah, I think I sent you a video today of these guys that have these cabins out in Corpus Christi Bay, and they're like 30 miles out. And
yeah,
they're just floating little houses out in the middle of the bay.
You see, this is why cops sometimes miss things. These guys are in deep conversation while the only one looking is this guy off to the left. And every now and then the guy on the right pans out. You know what I mean? Freaking.
Yeah. Plus, there should be somebody on point on the front.
Mm-hmm.
And the driver's always got to be able to see. But if you're looking in the water,
Yeah, because
they're using sonar.
they're probably, the guy in the middle is probably definitely doing that. But the guys on the outside, I mean, you don't need 3 officers to look at one screen.
And it's going too fast for sonar.
Yeah.
Sonar will be pointless at that point. You got to go slow for sonar.
Yep. So I think they're just kind of looking for anything obvious, floating on the surface, things like that.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the body does
floats.
Go down for a while, and then it floats after a certain time. But man, that would suck if that happened.
Micro Kimmy says law enforcement already has an idea because of the timeline. They're asking the community to look for doorbell cams. Yeah, that is true.
I don't think it was law enforcement who set out those timelines. It was the school district.
Yeah, I think so too. I think you're right, actually.
And because I remember the officer saying that they hadn't put out an area where to look at, but the school district had put the bus route area where people look at their cameras.
Gotcha. JJ Frank says, are they using cadaver dogs? I haven't heard of that yet, which could be a little bit of a good sign, right? If they're not using cadaver dogs, they don't got any information that she's passed.
Yeah. Could be what they're going to use tomorrow because they said they're going to get more help tomorrow.
Yeah. Probably so, man. Let's see.
That's thick to walk through. It ain't.
Looks like a game warden boat. It could be. Maybe tracking his GPS took law enforcement to the place. Perhaps. I've never been out to this lake. I wonder if there's... Oh, this is where they did the press conference.
Yeah.
It was that close to the street? I didn't know it was that close to the street. I thought it was way up in there.
No, the road was right by it. It's like a little...
That's crazy. Well, from the view from the camera, all you could see was that tree line behind them. Let's see what's on the other side of those trees. It's the lake, yeah.
Or
and this is where it was. This is where it was closed off at. This is where there's some trails that lead into the water. Yeah. That's. Huh. I mean, that's not very far into the water. I mean, off the highway. I wonder how busy this area is at night, if anybody saw anything. I think that maybe perhaps they took his GPS, and that's why they're looking in this area. Do you think there's gators there, Big Blue? I see it in the comment section about that. Do you think there's alligators out there in Livingston Lake? I'm going to look it up.
I'm going to say that they could be. But it's close to Houston,
right?
Because even there, here in Calaveras, there's like 1 or 2 little gators that live there, and all the way up the east coast of Texas, there's gators all the way up. Especially like 3 Rivers, that area has gators.
Yeah, there is gators in that area. I looked it up. There's signs that say, go on your own risk.
Yeah, I like when you go fishing at 3 Rivers, the sign says, fish at your own risk. Gators can run 30 miles per hour. It's like, damn it, I can barely run like 5. So
just zigzag, bro. Zigzag.
They can zigzag too.
I don't know, man. I saw it on something. Got a zigzag. Tom N comes in with a $2 super chat. Says so much vegetation in that area is Texas Rangers in. Supposedly they are. I think that's what he said in the press conference. The Rangers, DPS, they're working with the sheriff's department there and the local police officers as well, and to try to locate and find this missing little girl. Thank you for your donation. We appreciate that. Did she ever walk to the bus stop by herself? It sounded like that the bus stop was pretty close to her home, right? Because it said that she was last seen on the 100 block of Livingston Drive, and that's where she lived on the 100 block. And the last place she was seen alive by Dad's roommate at the bus stop, which was also the 100 block. So I'm assuming that bus stop is right there. You know what I mean? Which makes sense because most bus stops, when you go to when your kid attends a school and the bus comes up to pick them, there's usually a bus stop within a couple of blocks, if not, pretty close to your house, right?
Yeah, like normally about 1 or 2 blocks away. That's why they normally plan it so the kids don't walk so much.
Tom comes in with another $2 super chat. Says, I know for a fact it is infested with gators. Yeah, it definitely, given its location, how close it is to Houston and the coast, then yeah, I wouldn't be surprised for sure. Do you think that, given how close that bus stop was to the lake, that they can use that as some sort of, if they don't find her, right? You think they can use that as some sort of excuse?
Man, at this point, there's so many possibilities. It's right by a major, not major highway, right by a highway. So you can get picked up by a stranger. That water current is coming off the dam. It's pretty quick. Look at all the spools. Except for that cove area right there where they're looking at. It's sits still, but if it floats down to the edge, it'll get pushed down.
They're right. Around, so they're right here. I saw this in the water. They're right here, and they're
connects
searching
right there, and then it just flows down.
Yeah,
So,
down the Trinity River,
which goes down to Austin and Contra. Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Now, I don't know if I don't know how that would work if somebody, I'm not saying it's her or anybody, just anybody, if they were to have like drowned in the water, if their body could make it through the dam into this part of the river, what do you think, Blue?
I think it can, depending on how wide they have the gates open.
Yeah. I don't know. Because my thought are if she's found in this area, just my thinking, if she didn't, I don't know how easy it is to get through a dam and for a body to float through a dam and get through both of these ports right here. But it would make sense if somebody was going to put somebody in the river that it would travel. Nobody would be looking, but man, some of these places look pretty shallow. Like that looks shallow. A body would get kind of caught up on.
No,
found, right?
River is pretty. They have some deep areas, and then I think that's, if I'm right, it's the one that everybody likes to go catch alligator gar. I think.
Oh yeah.
I think you can't go to Trinity to go catch alligator.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking maybe they put the body, somebody would put a body in this river to let it flow down when nobody anticipating it to be, especially where she was last seen. She was last seen up here.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's see. Have they already warranted the house, cars, and searched them? Not to my knowledge. I don't think they've done any of those things yet. Is Texas EquiSearch involved in the search? I think so. River empties into the Gulf between Beaumont and Houston. My Alexa says an Amber Alert was put out. Yeah, I got the Amber Alert today, which is weird. I would have thought I got it last night, given, like I said, we only live a couple hours away. And I got the Amber Alert probably around midday today, like around the time I found out about this. Let's see. They need to hurry with forensics. DNA degrades. Cleaning can happen. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we'll see, man. It's a sad story. And this is day 2, right?
Yeah.
So it's still early in the investigation.
Yeah, it is, but it's concerning, man, given what they know. You know?
Given that those text messages, I mean, that's pretty concerning.
Yeah.
And this, unfortunately, it seems like there's an Amber Alert like every other day lately, or every other week.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is, a parent doesn't have custody, taking the kid without permission, and they do an Amber Alert. But this ain't that.
Yeah. Man, I want to move this part over. I'm just gonna make a new one. Look like right there. Yeah, dude. I mean, there's just so many things that happen. Here in San Antonio locally, there was a little girl that went missing a couple of years ago, and apparently there was a search that went on today because some inmate or somebody from some jail had a tip that perhaps her body was in this area, and they didn't find anything. But she's still missing.
Yeah, that poor little girl. She's been missing going on 3 years, I think.
Yeah, dude.
And it was also another sad story for her too. She was playing with her family and friends at the playground at the apartments, and it was I want to say they were Afghani families.
Yeah, it was a refugee.
Yeah, they were refugee families, and she never made it home, which is crazy. Why you would leave your kids playing out there by themselves? But both of the mom was out there with the rest of the moms and turned around and they couldn't find her no more.
Yeah.
But I've seen it because I lived in apartments before in the past where I would take my kids to the playground and then only the kids were out there by themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The parents were nowhere to be found, so it's hard to tell in that situation what actually happened.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Tom N comes on the $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Tom. We appreciate you. He says, I got an alert yesterday in San Angelo, Texas. Man, I didn't get the alert to today. Maybe my phone was acting up.
I know I got one yesterday, but I got one today, but I didn't see what they exactly were.
Mm-hmm. Canadian True Crime Buff comes in with 5 Drunk Turkey Show gift memberships. We're going to be doing memberships more often. Probably do it on Sundays here on out. Probably in the morning-ish, probably around 11 a.m., maybe noonish. So you don't want to miss that. Make sure you hit the join button. If you can't, if it's not in the cards right now to be a member and you want to catch that on Tuesdays on Spotify, I air out that members only live that you can catch and see it without having to pay anything or anything like that. So go check it out on Spotify. We do podcasts there that you probably wouldn't find on YouTube. Well, what we do is we edit down everything that we do on YouTube there, and it's just the content with no dead air space and stuff like that. And if you're going on a drive or whatnot and you want to listen to us and on the road and you don't want to have the YouTube app open, if you look up Apple Podcasts or anywhere you find your podcast, just search up Drunk Turkey Show and you'll get us there as well. Oh, thank you, Connor. We appreciate that. Likes to listen to us while she works. So yeah, we'll be on Sunday, and we'll be coming in with that. Tomorrow, if there's any update in this case, I'll be going live. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell.
Yeah.
That way you're notified when we do go live.
Let's get to 50, guys. We're almost there. There.
50K, guys. That's the goal for the year. Help us get there. We'd appreciate it. This case here, like I said, is local-ish. I mean, we're in Texas. We're not that far away. So, if this is something that is continually, there's no answers in it relatively soon. Me, myself, and Big Blue you might find us out there. So
yeah, I have to try to schedule you in, man. I got such a busy schedule.
no, I know, man. If not, it'll just probably be me. But
Yeah, I would love to go out there. I would love to go see the lake, but I would also try to help trying to find her.
oh, for sure. Like, well, we'll see. I mean, they said they have other places of interest, not just this area. So they may not be there after tomorrow. If nothing shows up, they may go to a different place of interest, and and so on. And if that ends up being the case, then like I said, we're going to be probably heading on out there. I mean, that's not that far. Let's see. About 233 miles away the way the crow flies. So probably about 300 miles when it comes to driving distance. So it's not too bad. That's what, like 4 or 5 hours, somewhere like that. Bright red. She was dressed in that bright red dress too. How did no one notice her being taken? Yeah, that's true. That's true. But all righty, guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. I hope everybody is going to have a safe weekend. Again, stick tuned. We may go live as soon as there's any updates in the case, even if it happens tonight. If it happens tonight, there's something found or somebody comes forward or she's found, we'll go live to present that to you. Big Blue, you got any final words?
Yeah, you see, it wasn't that long ago. We were only at 8,000. So, we'll grow as time passes. And I want to thank everybody for being along with us for the ride.
Yeah, 100%. With that being said, guys, go ahead, Blue.
I say my thoughts and prayers go out to, this little girl's family. I mean, she's missing. Hopefully she's found alive. That's my best wish.
Oh, yeah.
But, fingers crossed. And I'll pray for her tonight, man, because I got 2 daughters of my own, and it's pretty sad, man. That's why even though I had to sacrifice my sleep, I go still pick up my kids almost every day from school.
Yeah,
ride the bus.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I got daughters too. Hopefully, maybe she just got spooked with meeting her mom and went to go stay at a friend's house.
Yeah,
without their parents knowing or something. You know what I mean? But we'll stick to it until there's an answer found. And with that being said, we're out of here. We'll